What's up, guys? Listen, I wanted to get this video out for a long time now. And with the sounds of pigs squealing on the trial benches right now, Fauci, um, it seems like a perfect time to tell you my stance and my understanding on COVID. Here it is. March 20th, 2020. Yeah, dude, change is scary. When it hit, yes, I went into fight or flight. I need to protect my kingdom and all the constituents in it. Everything changed. Life as we know it changed. And it was because tyranny, smell of tyranny was in the air. I'm not being funny about this. Tyranny is when freedom is taken. And the right to live your life is yours. How you want to live it. Don't be hurting other people or pushing into their areas. Live your life how you want to live it. Freedom. That comes first. Founding fathers fought for it. Many millions of men and women have fought for it. And basically, when March 20, 2020 came, the onslaught of propaganda and psychological operations filtered in. And I caught on really early because I believe I had a great masculine leader with my father and surrounding constituents. And my father would tell me when I was young, you got to have a value system on what you're willing to stand for and die for. We'd be mowing the grass and he'd be telling me these things. We'd be fixing cars, the house, and he'd be telling me these things. And I watched him go through this masculine, defiant energy, this moments that required him to stand on his business, hold the line. And I went, wow, that's scary. Why'd you do that? He said, that's our job. That's my job. We're here to do that. We're built for this. I said, wow, okay. And he instilled that in me. And on March 20th, 2020, I felt that. I felt that this was the hill that I was willing to die on when the propaganda machine came in. And it rolled in so hard that it affected my children, it affected my way of life, and it affected my kingdom. And I said, okay, now's the time. I feel that inner pulse. And my message is that it shouldn't be the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. Even though, yes, unvaccinated, you chose wrong. You were pushed into a psychological operation. I hope you make it. I do not wish harm on you. However, you made an error. I and the 22% that didn't take that vaccine and weren't pushed into it by travel, your job loss, whatever else, incentives with cheaper programs and insurance and free meals. For those of who did not break under that type of pressure and coercion, we deserve the credit to stand the line and remain up front and make those decisions. The people who did not, you have to earn back that right. May not like that. However, we made the clear, calm decision in the heat of the moment. You did not. Men, especially, you should be ashamed in yourselves if you did not push back and hold the line for your family and your household. I don't care what your excuses are. I don't care. It is a point of freedom and tyranny encroaching on that freedom. Kind of funny how during COVID and the riots, a lot of the men who said that guns shouldn't be here went out and got guns. Went out and realized, okay, there is a baseline of protection here and personal security. My stance is, and always has been, we will hold the line. I will train and teach men and women to hold the line because this is our inalienable rights. And we have a declaration that says so. We have God-given rights as humans, biological creatures. We should not be coerced by simple pleasures. and quick, cheap dopamine. What an insult to give us free French fries if you go get your vaccine and show us your card. That is the lamb in my company. There is a route and a path to become the lion, to become the defiance first. And, people get scared with that. But my family's safe. They're not scared. They're patting me on the back. They're thanking me for holding the line. All the people that I stand for, they're thanking me for holding the line and exuding my masculine dominance against the tyranny that try to crush our freedoms and try to every day still. I guess this is my call, right? My call to action for you to step up and to be more, to want more. Your family, your life, your wife, your kids, everybody deserves that. If you're a man, isn't willing to step up and stand on a hill and die for it and be able to fight for it physically on that hill, what are you doing? And if you don't know what you're doing, I want you. I want you in my group. I want you in my coalition, because this is how we ensure safety and security and the future of our children. You say, hey, I don't want to have kids because the future is uneasy. Well, I'm creating my future. I want to invite you in to create that too. However, there's standards, there's principles you have to be willing to die on the hill for. And I'll leave you with this, pretty understandable and to the point. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And we were shown this. We had a test and we were shown this. It is better to die on your feet, living the way you want to live, than it is to live on your knees, complying with a way of life that you don't want to live. Grab a group, join a coalition, power in numbers. We stand for something.
Step in the gym, heart pumping, lights flicker overhead, shaking off the stress, letting go the heavy in my head. Every rep, every drop of sweat's a promise I've been bred to push harder, dig deeper, chase that voice I've heard. Weight on my shoulders, yeah, but I don't let it weigh me down.